Huples cat. I actually found the video I made on the first aid kit after I made the second video on the comparison of two first aid kits. So the first one's a blind review, I hadn't opened the packets, and the second one is I'd opened the packets. I think they both have merits, so I'm going to ask you to indulge me, and this is the second one, which is where I compared Venture Medical Kit 0.3 with the Canadian First Aid Personal Kit. Which one's best, what do I do with them, what do I think of them? In my own idiosyncratic way, I will explain. Huples cat and Becky dog, who's doing okay. And over there is Mr. Bear. There he is. Can you see Mr. Bear? Mr. Bear. Anyway, I was shopping online and I got some swim goggles and stuff. Hey Bear. And I decided to buy, not one, but two little first aid kits. Which is kind of pointless because I have a whole bunch of stuff that I use from work and stuff like that because I work in a hospital. But I got these for comparison. This is the Venture Medical Kit 0.3. I really like this, and because it's Canadian, it's also in French. And I also ordered the Red Cross Personal First Aid Kit. Now I did do this video already and I lost the film, so I've already opened them. But I hadn't for that one, so this one will be quicker. So this one was $9.95 Canadian and this one was $6.95 Canadian. Though I notice a lot of prepper stores actually are selling it for $1 extra, so you should always shop around and have a look. But what's actually inside them and what's the point of them? So I think the concept is always to have a tiny little first aid kit on your person at all times when you're out and about in the wilderness, or a little kit in your car or whatever. These are very, very insubstantial. If you're actually planning to be injured or planning to help anybody that's been injured in the wilds or on the roadside, this is really going to get you nowhere. It's almost a boo-boo kit. So why did I get them? Well, I got them because I wanted to do a video and I thought it might be interesting, and I actually kind of like looking in first aid kits. This one is marketed as waterproof. The outer case is water resistant. If you plunge it into water and hold it down, it will not stop water. But you'll notice that there's little strappies on it, so you can hang it and stuff. And it's a little pouch. When you open the little pouch, both of the problems with these is that they have issues, both of them. So they all got issues. The main one with this is the fact there's no disposable gloves on it. Any first aid kit you've got, put first disposable gloves, one pair, preferably two pairs, right at the top if you have it sealed, or preferably on the actual outside of it. First thing you do is you put on those gloves because you've already assessed the casualty, or you may have blood on yourself and you don't want to get it inside of the kit. So the waterproofing of this is one Ziploc bag. I think if you're going to go swimming with this sort of thing, you need to have two Ziploc bags. And I kind of like both of them. Cheapy tape, but not too bad, and quite a lot of it, and that's kind of nice. Nice to have lots of tape. One of the interesting things in this was safety pins. See, I would call these nappy pins for them from England. 3 of them. Absolutely great for fashioning your own triangular bandage because there's no triangular bandage. So you're allowed to have 3 not very big injuries because you've got 3 semi-alcohol wipes. Quite substantial. You will be able to clean quite a bit of area with this sort of thing. And cleanliness is next to godliness. I like this. I don't really carry much of this. This is Afterbite, and again it's single sachets, so I'm not really keen on it. I'm kind of wondering if this would be a good fire starter. I'll have to try that sometime. Now, regular viewers, if I have any, will be aware of the fact that I like lots of gauze. This is what you get in this kit. It's 2 small little dry dressings. It's absolutely useless for almost all wounds apart from a slight graze. So yeah, it's better than nothing, but it's not something I'd feel comfortable carrying into the wilderness environment. Now when the bear's ripped your leg in half, or you've fallen over a bull terrier and hurt your leg, they give you 2 steri strips. Is what I call these. These little knuckle bandages are very tiny, and you put them overside a gaping wound and help hold it together. Again, insufficient, but better than nothing. And they give you, of course, far too many of these. You give far too many little scrapey bandages. The good thing with this kit is they do give you 3 knuckle bandages, and to be honest with you, knuckle bandages are about all I ever carry. I don't carry these, and I'll show you what I mean. Apart from one last item, which was kind of attractive to me, I don't have a lot of moleskin. I like moleskin. I think it's a good product. I don't really use it. I'm kind of blessed with not getting blisters despite what I'm doing. Years and years of running, my feet are like concrete. but Kitty does occasionally get blisters, and always a good thing. And in fact, moleskin can be used on your shoulders and over your ears if you're getting blisters from glasses or from backpacks. It's not just for your feet. So I thought this was a great idea to put in this. I thought it was a really bad idea that you put this in there and there's no scissors. So that's the Adventure Point 3 Personal Wilderness Survival First Aid Kit. Not great. Regular viewers, you know what I always recommend to have in any first aid kit. If you have nothing else and you're going in the wild, make sure you have not one but two ACE tensor bandages. Wrapping around the wrist, wrapping around the elbow, wrapping around the ankle, wrapping around the knee. They will get you out of the wilderness if you've got a sprain or even a minor break in the foot. Alright, it was about $7 American, so I mean, what do you expect for $7 American? For $7 American, I don't think it's that bad. I wouldn't rely on it. It's better than nothing, but really not much better than nothing. Now this one is incredibly cheap. This is $7 Canadian, which is, I don't know, $4.50 American. Like I say, prep stores are selling this for at least $1 more, and you'll find a lot of the online stores that preppers have, and a lot of preppers are trying to market and monetize their hobby by getting you to send the money for stuff. You'll find that a lot of the products are much cheaper if you do a very quick Google comparison search. And unless you actually want to give people your wealth, I would do that. Anyway, so this is a Canadian first aid kit. I wonder what the Americans are like. Maybe I should start collecting first aid kits from around the world. Red Cross, Red Crescent, I don't know, whatever. So it has a lot more stuff in it, it's more bulkier, and it's $3 Canadian cheaper. Promising. It's a much more water resistant container, and there's no Ziploc really inside it, so I would get a Ziploc. So I've done this video before because I lost the video, the tape, digital imagery, so I have opened it. So one of the good things with this kit, it does give you a pack of disposable gloves. One of the bad things with the kit is they're right at the bottom of the kit. Again, your hands are going to be grubby, they're going to be filthy with blood probably, and you're going to shove them into the kits. Any kits, have these on the outside preferably, and this is a Ziploc so you can, or have them right at the top of the kit. First thing that goes on, I have two sets. One set to rummage around, one set to assess the patient and get stuff ready, and the other set would be, okay, I want this clean as I can. So that's a good idea. Really kind of surprised Adventure Medical did not include a pack of these. These are like half a cent. Two tiny little packs, but they are more hospital style, though cheap hospital style, so you actually have the transparent piece so you can see what you're looking at. So that's not bad. But what I really liked about them, I thought this was smart of them, they actually put in an abdominal pad. These are called ABD pads in the trade, and they are thicker and absorb more moisture and cover a bigger area. If you ever got these and you wonder what the blue line is, it's usually a blue line. That's actually radioactive material. No, it's not. It's actually radio opaque material, so if you leave it inside the person, they can x-ray the person, they'll see this line there and go, oh, what's that? And get the dressing out. So like I was saying, having bought these two kits, I think a merger of the kits is actually in order. This is the Red Cross tape. It's red. I like it. Hardly any tape. Negative. The other one's got way more tape. But this is more of your cloth adhesive tape, so you can actually make finger or toe splints from this, and they're going to be much more comfortable than trying to do it with that white paper tape. You won't be able to do it with the white paper tape. Knuckle bandage is not adhesing to me. They had to save money, so they did. They actually gave afterbites as well, but they only gave 2, not 3, and it's exactly the same manufacturer as the other one, so that was good. But they also gave 3 queasy alcohol pads as well, so again, reasonable coverage for the size of the kit. The bandages, I suspect there's 10 of them. I suspect they did the bandages, I suspect these are giveaways they give away for promotions. Anyway, you have the regular type bandages in here, and that's all you have, and then you have some smaller regular ones. So like I say, go with the knuckle bandage. Go with a much better quality knuckle bandage than the one that's been put in the Adventure Medical kit, because it keeps falling off, and I'm not running around in the wild trying to rescue myself. The last thing in the Red Cross kit is securism. What is this? This is an idiot's guide to first aid. And why do I call it an idiot's guide? They actually have an app, so you can use your cell phone and get an app. I don't have a data plan, so I can't do that. It actually gives you pictures of what you should be doing, and I thought that was kind of a good idea. Given the fact that literacy has almost disappeared in our modern world and people can't read, plus old people might not be able to see small font, which is actually a font, here's a type of lettering. That's the type of lettering and the size of it. So yeah, not bad. Pretty useless though. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know if the app's, you probably got the app and the app probably tells you what to do. So I would get both of these kits. I would consider getting an Adventure Point 7 and having a look at that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to merge them. I'm going to put the abdominal pad in. I'm going to put all 4 of the small little pads in. I still don't think this is enough, but for a day kit, not bad. I'm going to put all the afterbite in, but I'm going to leave one out to see if it sets fire to anything. And I'm going to put as many of the alcohol swipes in as I can. You generally speaking always put far too many of these in a kit, but it's good for fire starting. I am going to put both the tapes in. I think they both have negatives and positives. Whoop. I think they both have negatives and positives, so I'm going to put them both in. I am going to put the safety pins in. One of the main reasons is if you've got a Bic with you, and I try to put Bics in all my kits, this is not sticking at all. If I have a Bic with me, I can do this, get a piece of cloth because it will convert heat the end up, let it cool down, and then I can slice it into, say this is a blister, I would clean it with the alcohol cloth, let this cool down, and then make a little incision like this. Just once in, gently, and then once on the other side gently, and then let it just gently expire. Keep the skin on the top of it from the blister and then dress over the top of that, put a dressing on top of it. That's how to deal with blisters. Don't rip them off. Definitely going to use the Red Cross bandages because I don't like these. It's not sticking at all. But I will put the 2 knuckle bandages in, and I will put this in, and I will consider what I want to do in terms of scissors. I have a lot of small scissors for sewing. They would be ideal for this. And I will put the gloves in. So I put what I want back into the Ziploc bag, and I put it in here, and I get my sterile gloves, my disposable gloves, and put them on top. And then I seal it up. And I have small scissors on my Swiss Army knife, which is in my everyday carry. As I've noted before when I've gone through my kit, my everyday carry kit, which is substantial because I don't drive, it's more of a get home kit that you'd have in a car, small one, that I actually carry around with me. I don't really have that much first aid stuff. That's one of the problems with being a nurse, and I think you find doctors are the same. We don't really, we have far too much, or we have nothing. I have far too much at home, but I only have that because of prepping. In fact, Kitty was looking for cling bandage for Becky's paw this morning and found out that she doesn't have any, so I have to find that for her and make sure she has plenty. So yeah, overall I think basically what I spent was $16.85 Canadian, which is a fair amount of money. In American dollars, what's that? 70 cents to the dollar, probably about $12 Canadian, $12 American. I'm happy I got it. It actually fills a sort of a need I have for a boo-boo kit. As I said, the Adventure Medical Kit, and I suspect the Canadian bandages as well, the ultra lightweight one, this didn't work very well. And that's a major issue with these. And I've tried attaching it to the skin and also to itself, and it's not working. And that's a problem. So I do recommend, if you're going to have bandages, get good quality ones. One of the problems with cheap kits, and these aren't actually cheap kits, but one of the serious problems with cheaper kits is the bandages are rubbish. The sticky bandages are rubbish. That's why the dollar store prepper first aid is kind of cheating themselves. If you're getting quality products at a reasonable price at the dollar store, then go for it. But first aid is one of those preps you don't actually want to go cheaper on rather than more expensive. You want to make sure that you prep and prepare so you don't actually ever get injured. But if you do, you want to make sure you have good kits. So what do you guys think? 12 American, was it worth getting these 2 kits? I do of course now have a bonus little bag, which is good. And I'm going to go downstairs and try and load this one because I'm having computer issues again. And hopefully Becky will stay up here and she won't bark too much, but she has gone quite senile and she is barking a lot these days. That was a Bad Terrier 2022 production. Say hi, Becky. All right.